Hello Sagittarius, welcome. This is Love in the Full Moon. So welcome to this love reading. It is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. Let's keep that in mind. There's so many of you out there. So take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. So, dear universe, what messages do you have for our Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in love during this full moon? Messages for the greatest and highest good, dear universe. So grateful, thankful for the messages for the greatest and highest good for all of our Sagittarius in love, dear universe. And thank you to you at this time. Thank you, dear universe, for the messages from the divine. Messages for the greatest and highest good for all of our Saggies for this full moon of November. Full moon was actually yesterday. It was in Taurus, but I woke up this morning, went outside and went for a walk, and it was very, very full. So we are really in the height of the energies, dear universe. So grateful, thankful for these messages for Sagittarius. All right, let's put the cards down and see what we have for you, dear Sagittarius in love. Thank you, universe. What's your overall energy? So for some of you, Sagittarians, you may be with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I feel like this is somebody who, this relationship you're with is very honest. It's very real. What you see is what you get. The two of you together, I think, know how to navigate through good times, through bad times, through hard times. But I also think that in this relationship, sometimes the truth be told, is that sometimes that's what it is. And I feel like it can be so serious, and maybe it just needs to be a little lighter, and remember to have a little bit more fun, because I get this sense of everything is always in order, very proper. And I think you miss that lighter side of the relationship. Now, that's not for everyone. I'm just picking that up for somebody who they need to go out and play a little bit. So there could be a little bit of work that still needs to be dealt with between you and them when it comes to something that needs to be said. Communication. But overall, I feel like you, Sagittarius, so far, so out of all the signs, seem to have some really good energy going on in the home. So interestingly enough, I feel like there's, things are going really good for you. And I'm going to say this, that not everybody is happy when somebody's life is really going along really well. So feel like a lot of times you find yourself really making sure that, people aren't going to let their energy into your positive space, if you know what I mean. And I feel like you have this real gift, Sag, to be able to blend people so that any kind of undercurrents that appear when you're with others, you know how to keep them at bay. It's almost like you put fires out before they actually start. So you're good at that. Yeah, I find this to be a relationship where the two of you quite possibly have a job together, maybe a business together. But I am sensing that there's something that you're holding back, Sagittarius. There's something that you need to say. And I think this is what brings up some inner conflict with you around others. It's like you're really on guard because you don't want a topic of conversation to come up. There's something you just don't want to talk about. And I think whenever you see that it may come up in conversation, and I don't know what it's about. It could be about your kid or having a kid or somebody's kid, or it's almost like you try to dodge that conversation. Now, when it comes to work, though, Sagittarius, I do see that you may be busy at work, and there may be something that you don't know about that's going on at work. I know this is a love reading, but it is what it is. It's what I see, and it's what's coming through. So I'm just saying it as I channel it. Yeah, there's something at work that's just not right. And I think you're going to find out soon enough, because you're very clear right now, Sag. You're very clear about everything that's going on around you. All right, what don't you see coming, Sag? What don't you see coming? The heartbreak. Anything else? Wow. Okay, now this is, I'm going to throw out a storyline, and it may or may be you, but what I see is that among your group of people, within your group of people, I feel like there is some kind of deception that's going on that you will soon learn about. And this could be, you know, in your circle of friends, like you're a very tight circle of people, you know, maybe, you know, it's 3 people, 3 girls, you know, 3 sisters, you know, that kind of, you know, 3 bros, but you're very, very tight circle. And within this tight circle, there is some kind of deception. And I think this has been the undercurrent that I picked up earlier with you, Sagittarius, of you just trying to keep from letting that fire get started. But I feel like it will get started, because there is some real backstabbing going on. There's some real heartbreak. It could be one of these things that someone tries something with your partner. It could be anything, but there is some real bad news coming regarding you within your circle. It's going to, I think it'll be really, and I think you know what it is. And I don't think it's directed towards you, but it might be somebody else, because you know about it. And it's just like you're waiting for this tower to fall, because you know things are going to come to a head and blow. So I want to go back to you having fun with your person, because I feel like there's a couple storylines going on here. So please, people, take what works and leave what doesn't. So when it comes to you and your relationship with your friend, with your partner, I feel like you, Sagittarius, need to find that playful spirit again between the two of you. Ooh, okay, new spirit, another storyline. So many things going on. Okay, so Sagittarius, there's a number of people in your world. I hated to put this out there, but I'm going to, because I see it now, this 3-party thing. I mean, somebody was involved with other people. You may be involved with somebody, Sagittarius, who's a water sign, who's very, very difficult. Somebody very, very controlling. If you are in the workplace and you are having an affair, that could be another scenario. I mean, there's multiple messages in this reading, Sagittarius. It's funny, I always have a hard time reading Sagittarians, you know, because a lot of times you guys are really, really private and closed off. Very direct, but very private. But in this reading, what I see is other people. We have a King of Swords, a King of Cups. We have an Emperor reversed. We have a Magician reversed. So I can't help but feel that in some kind of a place, maybe where you work, yeah, there's some backstabbing going on between these people. Could be about money. You know, but ooh, this is a very thick story, because I feel like everybody is really connected. Like it's this interwoven group of people. Cards are just really screaming to be read here. Somebody's pregnant. Somebody's pregnant. And I feel like if somebody for a while has not been able to get pregnant, I feel like then I think that changes. I think there could be some movement with that, because I do see victory. So I feel like if some of you Sagittarians have been trying to conceive and you haven't conceived, it may happen. I see a lot of good cards that would read towards that. You just need to be patient, and not give up, because I get this sense of like when, it's like you've gone along so long, trying to have a baby and it hasn't happened, that there's almost the sense of giving up. And I feel like you should not give up, Sagittarius. Do not give up. So you just see how there's like these different storylines going on. Let's finish these cards, and we'll go back around, because I feel like Sagittarius, there's a lot of you that are really wanting a message. And I'm trying to provide that which I can. All right. All right, in the spirit of a true Sagittarian, I feel like I have to address the story within the workplace, because it's really coming out, because I feel like there's some real jealousy going on. There's some backstabbing, a lot of hurt that's coming on. And I think ultimately you, Sagittarius, are just trying to figure out a way to make this work without everything, I feel like, coming to an end. It's like what you don't want to see happen, Sag, is that everything gets dissolved. And I feel like this is you really being grounded and solid in clarity. I feel like out of everybody in your circle, you're the one that really sees the clearest. Truly. The Chariot reversed often denotes, this need to sit with yourself, and you're stopped. There's a reason why there's no movement. You need to stop and look within. And it's almost like this need to be pregnant, that you've wanted to. I think you're finally at that point where things can truly happen and change. That's why I say don't give up. And it's almost like Spirit's asking you to let go of the thought that, oh, maybe it won't work again this time. It's like it wants you to just stop and really be in the moment, so that true conception can happen. I don't know who that was for, but it's like, rather than, make love with your person to conceive, make love with your person to make love, is what I hear for you, Sag. And then for others, that is a question of whether or not to have children. So, like I say, Sagittarius, this is a very complicated reading because I feel like there's a lot of different storylines. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull another deck. See if any other cards want to come out. Yeah, see, I see birth. I see pregnancy. I see it coming. So exciting. Some of you may already be pregnant and you're getting things in order for this baby. But there's a lot of that I'm feeling. Yeah, now the other story. Whew. See, this is when I think, oh, I should do another reading because there's so many different storylines. But I'm just going to hope that you guys can navigate through this and figure out what it is. So now we have the Magician reversed twice. So I feel like this, okay, I have to go back to the storyline at work because I feel like that's what this Magician is all about. There is somebody in your circle, somebody very close to you. There's a backstabbing going on within the business, what it is you're trying to do. And it's almost like they can take the money and run. Be very careful, Sag. Be very careful of some deception within your circle. Because it's almost like they leave with no conscience. Like they just, and that just baffles you that they could have done what they did to begin with. So I do feel like somebody, I don't know what the backstabbing is about. But in your story, I'm sure you know what it is. But this Magician very manipulative type of energy. It's almost like they know what to do to get away with something. And I get, like money, they embezzlement. I mean, maybe they're stealing some product. I don't know, but there's something that is really coming out. And I feel like it will come out during this full moon. But there's a fresh new start that comes after this comes. So somebody ends up single. Out of all of this. Oh my goodness. So be very aware that, the energies right now, when it comes to you, Sagittarius, I feel like there's this this sense of knowing that comes to you. It's like you've been the person that has been trying to keep the fires from actually being lit, but where there's smoke, there's fire, and you've known that. And I think throughout this whole time, what you've also seen is how to protect yourself. Okay? So if this is a career-minded Sagittarius involved with people at work, I think throughout this whole process, you've held your own. And that's really empowering. So kudos to you. But I do have to say, too, in that same breath, that you need to let this process just happen. As much as you've been trying to keep that fire from being lit, it's time for things to come out so that it can end and new beginnings can start. And now you can truly feel good again and get back to work, to what it is that you are really working towards. Now, for others, when it does come to something that you have been working on really, really hard, be careful of somebody who might all of a sudden show up and help you. It's like when all of a sudden somebody out of the blue has a way to open the door for you in a new direction. Just be aware of the fine lines. Just read the fine print with anything that might come your way with anyone. All right, so anything else? So for now, I think you like being, just the person in the background, just trying to keep things at bay. So, wherever you're comfortable. All right, so on another level, the cards that fell out while we were shuffling is about your relationship. Everything is in order right now. But there is, again, this undercurrent with your person, okay? And I feel like this is yet another storyline. All right, so some of you Sagittarians are with somebody who is very difficult, very demanding, very controlling. Everything has to be your way. And, life is good. You can't complain. But at the same time, I just want you to know, Sagittarius, that I see that sometimes in your relationship, you just want a breather from your person. I see that. Like, again, he's driving me crazy. It's that kind of thing. So don't deny yourself maybe a little mini vacation, maybe a little staycation, maybe you need space from your person, and that's okay. Take it. I think that's really healthy for a relationship. Rather than just kind of pretend and go along like, oh my God, everything's good. Because there's a part of you that's very on guard when it comes to your person. Because they are so demanding and so controlling, and it's like, oh, you need to do this. Because I get the feeling, and this is not a bad thing, it's just something about the dynamic between you and your person, that when this person needs something or wants something, honey, can you get me a glass of water? I mean, they expect you to just drop whatever it is that you are doing and get them that glass of water. And that's the kind of energy that, sometimes just gets under your skin. So I just want to acknowledge that to you, Sagittarius, at this time. I see that. I get it. Go take a little break. Go do something that feeds your soul. You know, if you were going to take yourself out on a date, where would you take yourself? It's that kind of thing. Do your own thing in that moment that you are so good to do, because you are a Sagittarius and you know how to hang with yourself. So just know that you can pull on those kind of gifts that you have yourself to take care of yourself. Treat yourself that way. All right, so I'm going to end this reading here for you, Sagittarius. I hope this resonated. My apologies for so many different storylines coming in, but it is what it is. All right, so stay tuned for the next reading. The next readings I'll do will be next week. I'll throw out some bonus readings, and then it'll be followed up with Love in the New Moon and our general readings for December. So if you like this reading, I would appreciate a thumbs up, a like, share, comment. I'm always happy when I see comments. It kind of keeps me in the loop with all of you. So until the next reading, Sagittarius, blessed be. Bye now.